Hey guys, Doug here, Spooky Villages. I have a Lemax combo review for you here today, but before getting into it, I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support. I love reading the comments, and that's nice to hear that these reviews help you guys make purchasing decisions when you're looking into, a village piece, because these things aren't cheap. Again, big thanks to all you guys. Okay, so I have two Lemax pieces for you today, and these are static pieces again, so that's why you're seeing pictures here and not actual like video. Both of these pieces have a similar style in that they're like, a twisted fantasy kind of whimsical piece, almost like if you took what these things were, a house and a tree house, and then you were on some drugs or something and started hallucinating, and these kind of turn into these. So we'll start with the house. It's Nightmare on Oak Street. It came out in 2007 and it was retired in 2015. You can still get these for fairly cheap on eBay. They're pretty much sold out, I think, at all the retailers, but the other piece is the Hungry Treehouse, and that was released in 2006 and retired in 2008. It's quite a bit harder to find for a couple reasons. One, obviously it wasn't produced as long, so there aren't as many of them out there. Second, it's super desirable for collectors just because of how awesome it is, as an accessory. Nightmare on Oak Street, again, as I mentioned earlier, it's kind of this fantastical, whimsical house. The nuts and bolts of it here, it's lit internally, but there's no bulb that you put in there. Awesome lighting outside. The lighting doesn't blink. It's not, animated or anything like that, but it's very solidly lit. And I always like it when the pieces have a bunch of color in them, like a variety of colored lights, because it seems like most from either company pretty much just have like one or two colors. Lemax has gone like green happy in recent years, so I love seeing the the roof lined in purple. And FYI, a couple of the lights are burnt out on this. Yours, you should hopefully have a couple more, but I still wanted to show it off. The pumpkins lit up on the porch are super cool. So one of the defining things on this piece would be the pumpkin ghoul, who is over the porch, like hanging over the porch. It'd be cooler if he was lit, but it's still really cool. And the piece is obviously bright orange. The style of this house is very much like you had a standard decorated house for Halloween, and then you started hallucinating, and it turned into this, which I think is super cool. Bright orange colors. The name obviously evokes A Nightmare on Elm Street. And of all things, doing a little research for this, I found out it's also the episode name of a Roseanne episode. So, the old TV show. But anyways, yeah, with the whole like surreal and kind of dreamy look of it, it conjures up images of Nightmare on Elm Street. So right next to it is the Hungry Treehouse. And where Department 56, I've talked about how the pumpkin water tower is my favorite accessory of theirs. This is probably my favorite Lemax accessory. This is a kind of legit scary piece. A lot of times Spooky Town, it's kind of silly. Some of the pieces are, they're horror and everything and spooky, but they're silly. I guess you could say this one's silly, but it's more scary. So obviously you've got it's like a treehouse come alive, and it's got a rope with treats around it. And the branches are the arms. The treehouse actually is its head, and lit up, man. The piercing eyes are so cool. Those red LEDs are very bright, and in a display they will really stick out. So even when it's dark, you can see that thing's eyes. Very ominous. You've got the trap, that it has the treats to catch the trick-or-treaters to eat them, which again is pretty dark, and I think it's really cool though. I love the theming on this. The detail and paint job is fantastic. This is as good as anything Department 56 did. It's also a very well lit piece, especially for an accessory. I love the variety of colors on it. And while obviously this piece would work good in a neighborhood setting, you can use it for almost anything. Kind of stand it off by itself, put it in a yard or whatever. Nightmare on Oak Street, I would give an 8 out of 10. It's a little bit small. That's the only reason I ding it. I like the variety of the lights and everything else, though. I think it's great. Hungry Treehouse, I would give it 10 out of 10. It is a kick-ass accessory, and you could even put it by itself and it looks cool. Again, when it's lit up, it looks super scary. The one knock against it, I guess, is that you can't really find it much anymore. When they do come up, sometimes they do go for a good little price. I was lucky enough, I got both of these in a score, and I think I probably got them for, I don't know, $10 a piece, which is crazy because they were pretty close to mint. So anyways, yeah, I love both of these. These are really cool additions to your village. hopefully you can find them without breaking the bank. So again, thank you guys for all the support, and I will see you next time.